Evening all now. We have people paying attention, not discussing what sock size they wear. We've got apologies from Bob Cartwright and Paul Gardner and Simon Faulkner. Otherwise, we are all here. There are no members of the public online, but we do have Sue Mason in the room. Janet, do you have any declarations of interest?
None that I'm aware of.
Paddy?
No.
Tanya?
Only from the ones that you are giving information on the skate park.
Cool. Paul?
No.
I don't know what I'm going to call you then, it's going to be Simon. Sorry. And again, I'm obviously Wheels on Skate Park, but it is only an update as the chair, so I do have a kind of interest, peculiar interest, so just to be clear. Obviously, so Wheels on Skate Park updates. We are edging ever closer to finishing. We're about 10 days away from finishing it. The last batch going in. Concrete, yeah. So in the next kind of 10 days or so, it will begin to open up. The plan is to keep the heritage fencing in place, but push it back so the skate park can be used, but to keep it in place, kind of just the landscaper doesn't necessarily want it there, but it's going to keep the landscaping kind of protected, so he's kind of walking all over it, and there are some divots which will need to be ironed out. Maverick will do most of it, but just for safety reasons, we'll just kind of keep it in place. To kind of over the next kind of 7 to 10 days, there will be a notification go out on the website and social media to announce it is open for business, as they say. People to be obviously careful. We are going to do a soft opening, so that will probably be, we'll just need to discuss it as a group, but probably be middle of May. We'll do just a soft opening, invite people down, but there will be a grand opening. So I was going to say that, it's all confirmed as of last night. The grand opening for the skate park will be Sunday the 9th of July, between 12 PM and 4 PM. It will be an event being run by a company called Rubicon, which is all done as part of the fee that we paid to Maverick. So they launch skate parks all around the whole of the country. It's what they do. There will be more information to follow on that soon, but just watch this space. That will be the grand opening, cutting of the ribbon, etc. Probably.
Who's going to cut the ribbon?
I don't know yet. We don't know because I declined to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't think it should be me. I think it should be someone else. So we will have a soft opening in May, middle of May time, which we'll discuss and we'll announce on plenty of time on social media. There will be quite a basic cutting of the ribbon then, say like we are open, where we'll kind of invite residents to come along, councillors etc. who want to come along. But then the grand opening will be then, which will invite the press along as well. So as a big kind of get the BBC down if we can, if they come down. We'll go from there with it. So yeah, so. If you do speak to people, just say, please respect it. And just, don't, Tanya doesn't want it to be used because she's really scared that it's going to have all marks all over it.
It's so pretty now that if anybody uses it, it's not going to be so pretty.
Especially if it's been raining.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sue,
They'll disappear, all the skinny marks will disappear.
for how long? It's like shiny marble.
Do you not want people to ever use it?
No, I want it left as a sculpture.
Very big sculpture.
Yeah, so
Expensive.
we are getting there with it. Obviously, landscaping will take a couple of weeks, so we'll kind of keep you all updated on that. I think kind of just a few thank yous are kind of needed as well, really, from the skate park group. I'm kind of sitting two heads on here, but I think without some individuals kind of involved in this kind of past and present, obviously skate park people, but we want to raise the money without the public's involvement. We want to raise the money without the business's involvement. We want to raise the money without grants we got from National Lottery, Viola, the Town Council, North Somerset Council, but we want to have got the National Lottery grant and the Viola grants without Paul Gardner doing the immense amount of work that you did do, but also being supported by Wendy and Rachel in finance to make sure we were all compliant with what we're doing. Because the Town Council did apply for the grants, did Paul Gardner hadn't done the work, we wanted to have got the grant, so he's effectively done the donkey work behind the scenes. So I know he's not here tonight, but I know we wouldn't like it, but thank you anyway.
And the national, sorry, Ben, I should put my hand up.
Yeah.
The National Lottery grant, and I know this from both this one and from the youth centre, is just such a huge piece of work.
Yeah.
There is so much information they need, and they're brilliant because they're really helpful and they're really supportive, and but they keep coming back with more and more things they need, and that. So yeah, like you say, Paul did a really good job. And obviously Wendy.
We started it. I know exactly when we started. I was in London. I was walking down Broadgate in London when I got the phone call from Paul. It was a beautiful sunny day. I said, right, we've spoken to them. We can get one, but it has to be the council apply. And the reason being, Viola and the council, because they are a body that's always here, and they won't give it to us because we've got no history. So I says, oh, we're going for it. Yeah, we're going for it. So literally, that's when it kicked off end of last May, I think it was, early June time. So it's taken literally best part of 12 months to get this money. So, you know, it has been an immense amount of work, so I just think credit where credit is due.
I know that with other organisations that I've known about who've applied for those grants, they've actually paid for some people to actually do it for them.
Yeah, well,
Such
they
a
normally
huge
do,
thing.
because it's just all the paperwork, but also what within the National Lottery grant, there is some money there that has to be set aside just for teaching people to skateboard or roller skates. I think it's £2,000, just over. So yeah, the money is there. So yeah. So, but yeah, watch this space. It's opening. We've actually built it. So yeah.
You must be so proud.
I'm proud of everyone that's done the work. It's not just me, is it? Let's be honest. We've put an immense amount of work in, but you know, there's an immense amount of work got in behind the scenes from everybody. We've put blood, sweat, and tears into this thing, and the hours that I've spent on it personally, and others, it's a crazy amount of hours. People actually knew what we've done behind the scenes to make sure this happens. The hours and time and dedication is phenomenal. But it's, like I say, it's not just me. It's a lot of people in this town that I don't know. Some of them because they've been involved in the past, but everyone deserves a huge round of applause for it. So yeah, I will be down there next week, next Friday, in Roscoe, while the inspection takes place. Hurrah! So yeah, I might have a smile on my face that day. Might even go to the pub and have a pint to celebrate.
Really?
See that?
Project.
Might be the poacher, eh, Tenny?
Change.
Obviously, the Lake Grounds Play Park is open. It is finished. I know we are kind of looking at a few little bits. I've mentioned to Wendy the matting for the ramp. It needs to be looked at. So if we can get GB Sports when they go down and have a look at it, I don't think it's suitable for its purpose. So yeah, to have a look at that. Otherwise, it is being used well. It's been painted. It's looking good, really.
There was an accident.
There was. I wasn't saying about it, but yeah,
That's been dealt with.
because it's been dealt with. Tanya.
Sorry, only if you finish with the late ones.
Yeah.
Can I just cheekily sneak in on this little section?
Yeah.
Or you can if you want. That Merlin Park.
Yeah, just 2 seconds on that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So the lake ground is done. So again, Sharon's done an immense amount of work on this one, and obviously the town orderly as well. And the young lady who's the apprentice, wasn't it? Not here now. What's her name?
Abby.
Is it Abby?
No, it was.
And whoever it was,
No.
again, she did an immense amount of work with Sharon on
Long
it.
before I came, but yes.
Yeah, I think just thank you to the people that were involved in it again.
Yes.
So yeah.
No, it was the lady who went off to do the Jesus.
Oh, yes.
So yeah.
Yes, I can't remember.
Tanya?
Yeah, sorry. Well, you can talk about it. Yeah. I sorry, Wendy, we're kind of sneaking this in, but as it's a play park update, and it's something that's it's only been finalised this week, so it would have been too late for the agenda anyway. Ben and I met with North Somerset on Monday
Monday afternoon, yeah.
in the poacher, before meeting them again in the evening to
So
talk
there
about
wasn't room
skate
here.
park, to finalise the stuff, because you'll remember there was all this money that was for various play parks, and actually once they realised that once they'd allocated it all, there was a little pot left over for a few parks, and there was £20,000 for Merlin Park. So we've agreed the equipment that's going in there, and hopefully they've put the order in. We've kind of given them the go ahead to put the order in. So there's going to be a small climbing wall and some balance. I thought they were mushrooms. Turns out they're water lilies.
Really?
Calling them mushrooms on one of the social media pages encouraged all sorts of random people to comment on things there. And so those are going in the small play area. There is Oh, and one of the toddler swings is being replaced with an accessible, larger swing. This is all things that residents have asked for, and I kind of put out and said, there is this money, what do you want? And there is a trim trail going over by the wooden play area, so there's a wooden trim trail going in there. There are 2 new sets of goalposts, Janet.
That's what I started with 5 years ago.
To replace the existing one.
Yeah, because that's been.
And they're spinning the pitch
years.
round as well, so it's
And
got it
there's-
going down
yeah.
towards Western Big, they're spinning it,
So that's at the other
which is
angle.
putting it away behind the
Yeah.
passes back.
And 2 new picnic benches, one near the small play area and one near the larger play area. So that was all kind of finished hopefully on Monday, so it'll take a couple of months for the orders to come in, for the stuff to come in and put that in.
Right, the June, July.
What's happening with the escape?
Watch this space.
There is a little bit of money spare, not a lot. There is a bit of money spare, which North Somerset are going to leave and lock it away for us to use on the skate park, that area. But watch this space.
Surely we just need to put
Just
a
watch
metal
this
thing
space.
on it.
We've had conversations about
Yeah.
various options and about potential other funding, so go on, Ben.
Yeah.
who wants to speak?
Yeah.
Is he?
Pardon?
Is he?
Is he? That's it.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something, the way you were looking at me when I was talking about the mushrooms and the water lilies, I was thinking, oh God, she's looking at me like I've got it wrong.
It's how these things suddenly.
Yeah.
So yes, that's, the goalposts, Janet, were the thing that I put at the top of the list. Every time we had conversations, it's like, whatever you do, we need the goalposts.
Well,
Yeah.
I said many years ago that there is nowhere where people can go and play a game of football for free in this town.
It's not going to be a full-size pitch.
Doesn't
I would just
matter.
like to point that out.
That people should have a chance to be able to play a football game without having to pay for it in this town.
And they are reinforced goals as well, so they need to make sure, so they are extra strength goals, so they
Yeah.
can't be vandalised.
It's they're much stronger even than the one that's there, and that one's been
What about the
there.
road play around? There's football nets there, all that football.
Yeah, but it's a hard standing thing, it's not a.
You still play football, right?
Yes, I know, but our Polly used to say that there was nowhere for her son that could do that.
Anyway. Yeah, leave that on there. Good.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Obviously, as people will know, there is an election next Thursday, and it's just to remind people that ID is required to enable people to vote. So obviously, if we could just please tell anybody that asks us, you do need to take ID, so that's got to be a driver's license or a passport or whatever. As far as you can't, so yeah. There is no members of the public, so we'll keep going. Minutes of the last meeting on the 23rd of March 2023. Anybody any questions on them? No? I'm happy that they're correct. Thank you to Wendy for doing them again. It is appreciated. So I'm happy to propose that the minutes from the 23rd of March 2023 are correct and ready to go. Anyone perhaps a second? Tanya, all those in favour? So all of us, that's 5. Slade Road play area. I will go down to the bits. Slade Road. Post installation of some issues, etc. So obviously there's kind of a number of bits that kind of come out of different kind of conversations and bits of feedback that we've had. So the idea is to extend the slide safety pit so extend it by either 1.2 or 0.4 metre, that's a big difference. Anyway, so obviously ultimately to extend the safety pit for the slide, mitigate obviously the risk of harm due to mud building up on the play equipment, and obviously reduce the risk of invasion of privacy for local residents, again, which is kind of following some feedback, obviously which would be kind of a certain height fence to be erected without planning permission, which is up to 1.8 metres, 6 feet from ground level. Wendy and obviously we did get an email in from a resident which we kind of really responded. Did we actually ever get a response?
No, we didn't.
No.
No.
So we offered to go and meet the resident and just kind of hear her concerns. So I offered and Wendy offered, and we we haven't had the feedback. So if she just come back to us, we're happy to meet her. But yeah, does anybody have any questions on this one?
Yeah, sorry.
I've had-
Have a look.
I don't know. I don't know. I have been made aware of.
I know which ones over there.
So yeah.
Right, where do we start? With the extension of the
Slide.
slide
Safety
landing
pit
area,
extension.
safety pit, are we supposed to decide whether it should be 1.2 or
My question.
2.4? Why 1.2 or 2.4? The difference in prices quite a lot. Surely there is a,
Should be led by the expert.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what we're voting on. So that's on that one.
Yeah.
£1,000 for a bit of matting around. Really?
The matting is incredibly expensive. Is the problem? It's ridiculous.
It is an adventure playground. Is mud that problematic?
I think the issue with the mud was that it's causing a slip hazard because it's actually
Because it's
getting
wet.
into the material and making it slippery. That was the issue.
Does seem an awful lot. And as for the fence, I don't think we know enough about this. I'm very sceptical that we need 7 metres of trellis. 7 metres is a lot. The option B is 13 metres of trellis, which is an awful lot. And then there's the issue somewhere or other that says we might need planning permission. Do we? I just feel that this report has raised more questions, and I can't see that we could possibly vote on it.
Yeah. We sought clarification from North Somerset on the planning side of it, and no, we don't need planning permission to put an extra piece of trellis up.
Yeah, well, that goes back to why on earth do we even consider we need 13 metres? It is, I understand, it's the house below, so that when you're standing on top of the tower, you look down into their windows. But, 13 metres, 40 foot.
Yeah, my trees and bushes and
Yeah.
trees
Yeah,
around
yeah.
them.
Yeah, but then they weren't in leaf when it opened. I mean, I suggested that the project manager takes a couple of councillors or somebody else up to have a look and see what's being proposed for all of these things, and get a bit of, a bit more information before we can decide.
I get the extending the landing area,
Yes.
because on the opening,
Yes.
Yeah, some people just.
they were coming down
Yeah,
that
but
slide. and
I
they
don't
were-
know how much or where
Yeah.
2.4
Yeah.
metres would take it. That's a lot.
But yeah,
2.4 will take it to here. From where sewers?
Yeah, they're in on site where I can't think.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we.
I mean, I will go to 2.4. I go to the bigger option personally, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, when I saw them coming down the slide and going off the end, like poured out a bottle, they didn't get 2.4 metres off.
No, they didn't, but yeah. And the ultimate, let's be clear here, this has also been signed off by ROSPA, who are the accredited
Yeah, exactly.
compliant people.
Yeah.
But my little lad did go down, obviously he's only 4.5, but he did kind of come very close to going out of it. So I do think we need to extend it.
I agree with that. But I think we need a bit of common sense as to how much.
and it does say extend by, so
Yeah.
on top of what's already there, another 2.4 metres, that will almost take it to the boundary fence.
Well, the trouble is, that's going to get in the way of other things.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm trying to look online.
Yeah. As Sue's got her.
So yeah, sorry, yeah, I was looking at it, yeah.
Yeah, just to say that at the opening, I was with Lynn when she spoke to the person who had installed it. And we were saying about some of them coming down so fast. And it really depends on what they're wearing. Because if it is like a man-made nylon sort of trousers or
Yeah.
something, that then just means that they go even faster. So if it's, say, just a different type of material, then of course it wouldn't be, but most stuff is made of nylon or something like that, and that just sends them flying off
I'm
the
not
end.
arguing it needs to be extended, but I can't see how we can make a decision as to how much.
We're not the experts. It needs to be led by GB Sports.
Tanya,
Tanya wants to say.
so pencil.
Yeah, I mean, you asked all the questions I wanted to ask, because the vote is just for us to do it, extend it, but we don't know how much by. I'm just looking at the video that was posted a while ago. 2.4 metres does take it right out towards some of the other
Those
play
steps
equipment.
sort of going.
Yeah,
down.
so it's,
And it is in a raised area,
Yeah.
isn't it? So you probably find people tripping over that instead.
yeah, I'm just, hang on, the camera's just spinning round, right, there we are. Yeah, I think, 2.4 is, it's literally gonna be in the bit between one one part and the next, and so, people will go running from one to the other
And go
and go
flying.
over. So I think 2.4 I would, but I think you're right, absolutely right, Paddy. I think a couple of people need to go down with the project manager and maybe just have a look, with a tape measure. But
I think
also have a
also-
look at, like you said, climb up, whoever's keen to climb up to the top and look and see
And
all that.
even
Yeah,
go-
and
go
see how much trellising
Yeah.
you need.
And where, because why have we got 7 metres or 13 metres up?
It's a big difference, yeah.
How long is the fence?
Yeah,
So we're saying then effectively we're going to defer it, but I think Paddy's decision's right. I would, 2 councillors
maybe
and Lynn
some
and also GB
experts.
Sports. We need to get GB Sports there. So
Yeah.
if we defer this item to May Community Matters for the next council, then we've got time, because bearing in mind we've got Bank Holiday Central in May.
I just wondered if perhaps we could also mention about putting some more trees or shrubs there, because that would be perhaps longer lasting. All right, I mean, it depends, because
There are trees.
there are, but
everywhere.
I was wondering whether perhaps some others, and perhaps shrubs as well, so you've got then something in leaf, or even if it loses its leaves, you would still have that bulk.
Density,
Yes.
Get some kind of free-grown, kind of 6-foot high bushes. Just put a nice row of bushes in, which would be great for the plants and great for the birds.
Yeah.
I think
Great for
it
the
just
birds and animals.
needs
Need somebody to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
investigate.
Anyway, that's another option.
So the suggestion is that we'll defer it to next council, community matters in May, whatever they decide, but it will need to be obviously 2 councillors, preferably. The GB Sports have to be present, because they ultimately the play part experts, not us, so they can advise. We can then hopefully come to an agreement. Paddy, on this one.
I think I noticed that option C was the option proposed by the resident of £1,300. I think that's an awful lot to spend on one resident's window.
Well, I say, like I said, let's go down there. Let's see what the next council's saying, and then we go from there with it. So, I'm going to propose it. Obviously, we'll just defer it. Are we prepared to vote on that? Is it?
It's around about 25th or 27th of May again, isn't it?
Something like that, isn't it?
It'll be the end of May.
End of May again, so it gives us plenty of time. The fact that
25th.
so there's obviously it's all the bank holidays. So I propose that we just defer this to the next council for them to have a look at it and decide.
Like we said, it's all been signed off by Roxburgh, so we know that officially it's
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 safe,
just about tweaking it, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it's not like desperate.
Well, when you get 2 kids coming down the slide face first together, you think, why are we worried?
Exactly.
We're all kids once, and we all did crazy things.
Oh, I'm not complaining about the children.
Oh no, I'm not. No, anyway,
My 6-year-old granddaughter thought of it a bit like a white knuckle ride. She was quite scared.
It's just a slide. Sure.
She'll get used to it.
So next item is the Repair Cafe funding. So obviously in order to run as it says here, run the Repair Cafe, previously agreed within the Cobham Production Plan. Small budget was required to pay for the room rental, pay for PAP testing of equipment, sewing machine, etc. Obviously, we agreed to trial it. Well, it's not the repair cafe bit, but obviously the actual clothing swap went fantastically well. It's nice, second one's tonight as well, yeah. The first one went really, really well, really well attended.
Yeah.
So well done to Lynn for the work on that one, and Nikki for helping her as well. The relevant councillors that went along.
I was there.
Yeah. I was saying relevant on the councillors.
Sorry, no,
If you let me finish.
Sorry, the reason I mentioned me is because, of course, I am the town council rep on that, so I wasn't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's fine. No apologies needed. Paddy?
Can I ask a question about the repair cafe?
You may ask a question about the repair cafe.
We've got 3 halls. We've got the Folk Hall, Northwestern Hall, and Avon Wing.
Yeah.
Redcliffe Bay Hall. Why are we paying the library?
Because that is a central place, and it's also smaller because you don't need a huge area.
But
No.
we don't have to pay for our rooms. I just don't understand why we're, I mean, other repair cafes are run in council premises. Usually.
There is a misconception here, which I have found when I've been talking to some of the officers. They are, I'm sorry, they are under the impression they have to pay for it.
Yes. Yes, I mean, that actually is what Lynn has been told, that yes.
Wendy?
Well,
Who's telling him?
Well,
No.
well,
Who's telling him
no,
that?
no,
Did you say?
sorry, let me correct that. If we had the repair cafe in the library in that room there,
Yeah,
then
that's
we
right.
would have to pay
Still
Yes.
Somerset.
because it's North Somerset owned, but we would actually get a discount.
Yeah, I know we
Yeah,
get a
I know, but
discount.
it's still there.
I just don't understand why we're not using our own premises. Tanya's got-
Tanya?
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't see your hand. Shirt's not colourful enough.
yes, I always have that problem.
Isn't the folk hall, isn't there something pretty regularly that happens on a Saturday morning in the folk hall?
I think that could be one of the issues.
Yeah, because it's the,
as-
out of
as
the
to
halls we
why.
own, that's the only really
Yeah.
central one I would say that we could use.
Mm.
And I'm fairly sure that whenever I'm on the high street on a Saturday, there's tap dancing class, I believe it might be,
Oh, it could be.
or Irish dancing or
Something
something
like that.
that's happening
Dancing or something.
downstairs, who are obviously paying for
Well, that-
the hire of the hall.
That would be a reason.
Yeah, that's that maybe part of
Yeah,
it.
but I'd like to know.
Well, that question we can ask as a separate question, can't we? I think. So,
The other reason actually that we, or Lynn and I have spoken to the library, is that it is very close to where the monthly farmers market is held, which is in the Waitrose Piazza. So you're actually bringing people there, so you've got the both who would then benefit.
I think if somebody wants something to be repaired, they should be prepared to walk to the folk hall or drive to the folk hall. It's, you've either got something that you want mended, but not, you don't go to the farmer's market and suddenly think, oh gosh, my bicycle,
Well,
no,
it's
a different purpose for going out.
But yes, I mean, there's also, what we're looking into at the moment is insurance, but it's another matter.
Can I answer?
I'm looking at this, I'm freaking completely baffled. So the full price will normally be £6 per hour plus VAT. £3, 3 hours will be £21.60 times 12 at £259.20p. Reduced cost of PTC equals £14.40 times 12 is £172.80.
Yeah.
What's that 172 for?
That's what these guys were saying, that we get a discount. So if we were just some randomer Billy off the street,
Right, you pay
we would pay
£259.
Yeah.
£6 per hour, so
Right,
we pay
okay.
£259.
Okay,
But
that's
we get a
very nice.
discount.
right, okay, that's not very clear, but that's fine. Yeah. Janet, quickly.
Yeah, I can understand what Lynn's saying about the farmers market being there. The thing is with all of these things is publicity. You don't know, wherever we put things out, we still don't get enough people knowing about them. And if they're within walking distance of the farmers market, which people do go to, and people are there handing out a notice saying about the repair cafe, they might go and find it and then come back with something to repair the next time. But the actually getting the information out there is absolutely terribly difficult. As I've just said to Paul, somebody came up on Facebook yesterday who didn't know there was a food bank in the town.
But you
And
could
nor did
surely-
half the other people that replied to them.
You could surely go to the food bank and say there's a repair cafe in the focal. It's the same publicity.
Tanya, that's on this one.
I completely see where you're coming from, Paddy. However, I do think, like I said, I'm fairly sure that the room is used for accessory warming. In fact, I'm 99.999% sure it is, because often I'm sat in the focal car park at around 11:30 for reasons I won't go into. And they all start coming out about 11:30, quarter to
They could have
12.
it Saturday afternoons.
So, well, it could be that somebody else is there. What I was going to say is, this is less than £300 for a year. So, because this is for the whole 12 months, isn't it?
Well,
Unless I'm
it's-
reading this wrong.
No,
It's under 200.
292.80, including the £5 for biscuits and cake. But I suppose we
But-
want that,
but
wouldn't we,
that-
anyway?
But
Yeah,
we're really talking
about
about
the
the
172.80, because the other two
yes.
items we would still have to. So it's £172.80 for a year. So I don't have a problem with this. However, I do, that's not to say that I don't understand what Paddy's saying, that has the free halls, have they been considered?
so I think so my opinion is this is cheap for what we're going to deliver a benefit to Portsmouth. So my proposal is that we go with it and let them get on
For
with
the
it.
year, or
Yeah, for the year.
6 months, or
But no, for the year. But what I do want an answer to is if an officer is telling another officer they can't use the hall, I want to know why they're telling them that,
Yeah,
who gave them the authority to tell them that.
Yeah.
Because if it's
But
not throwing back, then
that
we'll
was
deal with it.
perhaps me not making it clear that it's North Somerset are saying to the library that
No, not that, no, not saying.
No, here.
They're here, so the folk call Redcliffe Bay and North Western,
officers have been
if an
told
officer
they-
is telling
Oh, I
another
see,
officer they
sorry.
can't hire the halls, or if they do, they have to pay for them, well, why?
Yeah.
So that's the question I want to be answered, but what I'm proposing is,
if it's
It's-
ours,
yeah.
it's free.
yeah,
Yes,
so
Absolutely.
I think what the service that Lynn is put together is going to work very well. An immense amount of work has gone in by Lynn and Sue to do this. Been knocked back on other venues for one venue in particular for absolutely ludicrous reasons, and I told them that as well. That
Yeah.
they got it both barrels. And they said, yeah, actually we agree with you, but they were overridden in the thing. So yeah. So I think for the cost of £292.80, this is a go for the year. Personally. So I'm happy to propose the motion that we grant the funding.
I think for its location, I think it's a great opportunity to get the word out. It's easy. There's a lot more people passing, so I think. And
We
if it
have
takes
to
off,
publicise though, it has to be really well publicised, doesn't it?
and if it takes off,
Yeah.
the likelihood is that will in the library won't be in years' time,
yeah,
and then we'll need
absolutely.
to move.
Yeah.
But it will be established, and then
Yeah.
people will know the
Yeah.
word will be out, and then we can move it to here, or
Yeah,
maybe
Right.
Redcliffe Bay is a bit far out, but you know you could move it then. So I think for the first year, I would object to it.
So I'm proposing that we agree the small budget for the repair cafe for £290.80 to be approved. So I'm happy to propose it. Someone have to second it. Paul Churchill.
That's including this pat testing.
yes.
Yeah,
and
pat
the
testing,
biscuits.
biscuits, cake, and the whole costs. I proposed it. Paul Churchill seconded it. All those in favour? I say yes. Thank you.
Can I just refer to this business about council officers not necessarily realising that
We'll take it offline.
I think it's
I'm not
probably
discussing it
wise.
now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah. 1 second, just going back to the scrolling around all over the place here. Wellbeing update report. there was a second email on this, so it was sent out with the thing, but there was an update. If you should all have it, hopefully. Does anybody have any questions on this one? It's just an update.
Well, I was going to start.
Oh, Paddy. I'll bring
Yes, I have spoken to Wendy about this. I think in future the report should be just a page of what's been done that has benefited the residents rather than the diary.
Thank you. Tanya?
I was just going to say I had some concerns, which I didn't, unfortunately, I didn't get that written down in time, but I am aware that, as Paddy said, that she and Wendy have had conversations. So, yeah, I would like to see a different report going forward, although actually I won't, will I? Because it's a business.
You can still read it online.
I would like whoever is on the Community Matters Committee to perhaps have a bit more of an idea, as Paddy said, of what the benefits of to the residents are of the wellbeing coordinators.
I think Paul
And
and
I'd also like to be reassured that conversations will be had with whoever become the council trustees for the youth centre when things like grants being applied for by the youth centre are involved as well.
That killed last month, didn't it, as well? So I think that was noted. I think, to slight defence here, we obviously had the meeting, and then the minutes came out where I said individual was on holiday.
Yeah, no, I don't want to go down the route of talking about individuals.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, but yeah.
But yeah, I just think there's a few little tweaks that need to be made, and it's still a relatively new role. It's still relatively recently that we've asked for these reports. But yes, I think for me, I would like to see the benefits to the residents' well-being. And I just think that whole those communication lines perhaps need to be a little bit clearer.
Yeah, just more kind of direct detail about actually what's happening and then who's reporting into who and doing what. I think saying in it is what I'm seeing it. So yeah, I do actually have a meeting planned with the said officer on Tuesday afternoon and cans. So yeah, I have been told this sort of person's time is very important.
That's moving on to the the meeting is going to be.
So, date of next meeting is Thursday the 25th of May 2023. That is it. This is my last Community Matters meeting. I want to thank everybody that's been involved in.
It's not.
I know, but this is the bit where we're actually in the press and public. So if anyone's here, they can hear it. Thank you. So yeah, everyone's been involved in the Community Matters meetings since we changed it around in 2019. All the hard work's gone in, committee members and officers. But I think a massive thank has to go to Nikki, because she's put an enormous amount of work in a variety of things, particularly the grants, continues to do so. And obviously the Jubilee celebration that we had last year, the coronation one that we're having this year, an enormous amount of work that's being done on this, so she deserves a huge round of applause. So yeah, and she knows it as well, she told us tonight. I was talking to her for about an hour. So yeah, otherwise, that's it until 25th of May for the next council. So, exclusion of public and press. Under the Public Bodies Act, Admission to Meetings Act 1960, members of the public and press are required to leave the meeting at items 12 and 13 due to the items being confidential matters. Confidential matters will come under the Data Protection 2018 GDPR UK 2018 and confidential contractual staffing matters. I'm proposing, obviously, that members of the public and press and non-council, I suppose. Anyone that's not here? No, there's no one. So now, I have to leave the building. Someone have a second? Paul, Churchill, all those in favours? That's everybody. Thank you. Meeting is concluded at 8:10 PM.